All right, so today is the final game in the Panthers development squad tournament that they're playing. They're actually playing the Lightning, and I was gonna do a video, but I just figured I'd save it all for after the game, and then the first period happened. So, player-wise, Lundell's not out there. A few other people, a few of our bigger prospects aren't out there, but Hutsko is, Yanasenko is, Gilden's still out there. I think Kirsted's still out there, and Spencer Knight is still out there. So. It's 3-1 Tampa Bay after one. I realize it's just a practice game. I realize it's a ragtag group of guys that, ragtag in the sense that they don't normally play together, and some of them haven't been playing for a while. That said, I'm not entirely convinced that this was the best thing for Spencer Knight, unless you wanted to get him accustomed to playing in front of guys that clearly have no chemistry and are really, really bad defensively as a group. And he's allowed 3 goals in the first period. 2 of them were just flat out beat. Just out of position, not ready for the puck, not taking the game seriously type of goals that he got beat. So, I don't know what's going to go on the rest of the game. I don't know if he's supposed to play the entire game or if they're going to split it up between the 3 goaltenders. I'd have no problem seeing him sit down the rest of the game. Like I said, I understand that it's practice and everything, but one of the goals was him just getting beat off of a shot, off a shot of the face, off the face-off. Doesn't look ready. He's not prepared. He's not prepared. He's either not taking this seriously at all, or he doesn't look good. I'm not going to lie. He doesn't look good. I mean, 3 goals in the first period, goaltender doesn't look good. So I'm not going to freak out. Probably as soon as camp opens up tomorrow and the games start on Sunday. He'll be back to being Spencer Knight. But I'm just not so sure this was a great idea. The kid has had rock-solid confidence throughout his career. He's been stone cold, and pretty much the thing we hear about him is he approaches everything the same way, but I'm not seeing that here today. No, I'm not seeing him approach this game like he would a regular game, which is fine, but I would be lying. You guys count on me to tell you the truth. I watched the first game with Knight, and I'm watching this game with Knight. And I would be lying to every single one of you if I said I wasn't a little bit nervous. He's still 20. He's still 20, and we're putting a whole boatload of pressure on him for this season. Maybe it's nothing. But we'll see what happens the rest of the games. 3-1 Lightning right now. Bowley, I think his name is Bowley, and Noel came down the wing with a really nice 2-on-1, almost was a 2-on-none. Noel with the pass to Bowley, so that was our 1 goal. And we'll just see what happens the rest of this game. I was just interested to see, and so far I'm not interested in seeing more of what I'm seeing. All right, so it's 5-5 after the second period. Spencer Knight, I honestly, he got pulled, but I don't know if it was planned or not. With 10:29 left, he allowed not a great goal. None of the goals it's just like bad goals all over the place. So I'm going to give Knight a pass, but at the same point, let's be honest, if Bobrovsky allowed 7 goals in 4.5 periods to prospects, Twitter would be abuzz. So at least give me that. So they pulled Knight with 10.5 left. I don't know if it was planned, but Adam came in and gave up a goal on his first shot. And at that point, I believe at that point it was 5-2. And then we've worked it back to 5-5. Hutsko has a couple of goals. Hutsko looks really good. Power play didn't look terrible. Kirsted's running the point. Yanasenko looking like a cross between Vetrano and Duclair out there. Looks good. Not able to bury his chances. He's had a couple of backhanded shots that just missed. Puck is bouncing off his stick, etc. He looks good. He's just not making anything happen, but that happens a lot with young players. Defensively, there's nothing to talk about because there's just no defense. There's just no defense. And fine, I guess, that's just how these tournaments go. So it's 5-5. I'm interested to see after the game to find out if that was planned with Knight coming out, because it was like almost right at the halfway point. I would prefer to hear that it was planned rather than he actually got pulled from a prospect game. But the fourth goal he gave up, it was like a weird carom off the boards, and he just didn't get back fast enough, and the shot kind of snuck in short side from what I could see. Again, we'll just give him we have to give him a pass, right? Because he obviously is the goalie of our future. So we'll just give him a pass and cross our fingers. All right, so 8-5, Lightning final, the 8th goal being an empty netter. No defense. No, there was no defense being played until I tweeted out that there was no defense being played. And then Adam, our goalie that came in and replaced Spencer Knight, he actually made a couple, at least 2, maybe 3 really, really nice saves there in the third period. Otherwise, it might have been 10-5, to be honest with you. So that was good to see. I didn't watch the second game, but from what I saw in the first game, what I saw in the third game was pretty much the same thing. We can score, but defensively, in terms of our prospects playing together defensively, it was not good. It was maybe not as bad as the Dolphins' offensive line the other day, but it wasn't good. Denisenko had a ton of chances, couldn't make anything happen, and in fact, he had a chance and missed. And I was tweeting out that he's had a lot of chances and missing, and while I was doing that, he had another chance and missed. So he seems to be a little bit snake bit right now. He stood out talent-wise, obviously. Hutsko was just all over the place. He really looked good. Trying to give you guys a few more names here. Kierstead did his thing. He was on the point during the power play. Nothing eventful there. I know I've seen a few people saying they're high on Gilden. I didn't see it. This tournament at all. Certainly not somebody who's ready to compete for a roster spot yet, anytime soon on this team. Noel looks good. Not gonna lie. I don't think he's not ready to compete for a roster spot, because this is the team that's trying to win a cup, and you've got guys like Hornquist and you've got Joe Thornton. If we didn't have those guys and the expectations on this team were a little bit lower, I wouldn't be against giving Noel a roster spot. Now, the only thing I'll say is the announcers said that they noticed he seemed to be out of breath, huffing and puffing, coming back to the bench a few times. So that'll be something to keep an eye on with Panther camp. Definitely, he's a guy that when Hornquist goes and Thornton goes, which probably would make sense that this would be the only year both those guys would be on the team at the same time. Noel looks to be a guy that could fill that space. And the same thing with Denisenko. Denisenko, I know we've signed Duclair. So Denisenko to me looks like the Vetrano replacement. And whether or not we get rid of Vetrano during this season or just let him walk after this season, that's going to be determined, to me, I think, by Denisenko's play. Can he finish? He definitely has a lot of chances, but can he finish? I'm trying to think about what else I saw out there. The last thing I'll say about Spencer Knight is I'll just give him a pass. There's nothing else to say, right? He did not look good. Look, it was 7 goals in 4.5 periods. I don't care what circumstances, if it's street hockey with your drunk cousins, that's still not good. And the goals he gave up were really, really not good. So I'm just going to assume that he was just not taking this game as seriously as he would a normal game, which is fine. I know I said earlier I was a little bit nervous. You never like to see your guy that you're counting on to quite possibly win playoff rounds and a cup. You never want to see him get lit up. And he kind of got lit up a little bit there today. There's no way around it. That's it. Was not a great showing by our team whatsoever. 8-5, that's it. Tampa Bay looked good. Look, you saw it there. The difference between the Canes and the Panthers minor leagues was not good. The difference between the Lightning and the Panthers minor leagues, our prospects, was not good. The thing that concerns me is both of those games we played our hopeful starter, or at least 1A in goal. So we're going to find out here real soon. We've got 2 games coming up on Sunday with the Panthers preseason. From what I'm hearing, that's not going to be streamed or on TV. So this whole thing where I was worried about how I was going to cover all 3 games with 2 Panther games and the Dolphin game in the middle, that may be mute because I can't cover what I can't watch. So that's a bummer. I thought they maybe have one of the games on. But obviously Knight will be playing one of those games. So hopefully these development games were just him developing the end of his rust, or whatever you want to call it, because it wasn't good. Panther camp open. I think they report tomorrow, and then the first practice is Thursday. Then we got games Sunday. And then it's just boom, boom, boom games and then the regular season. I mean, hockey camp is so short compared to football and everything. So, got a lot of stuff coming up here. Tomorrow, what's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Wednesday. At some point during this week, obviously I'm going to have a Panthers, not the season preview. I've got something else coming up. I'm not going to do the season preview until we get closer to the end of camp. So, all right. I appreciate all the support. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget, I've got the Patreon, I've got YouTube memberships. I make a bunch of posts over there during the week. Usually I try to have at least 1 video out per week that's exclusive to the Patreon and the YouTube membership. So hopefully as things go, as the season goes, we get more people going with that. Tomorrow I got at least 1, if not 2 football videos coming out. Maybe another hockey video. We keep things rolling here. All right. We're ready. We're ready. That's it. Development camp done. We're done. Now we're on to the preseason. And before we know it, it'll be the real games.